Hey, good morning, Aquas. How are my beautiful lights doing today? All right, let's see what meaningful messages we get today from Spirit. And I hope everybody's having a great start to their day. Well, this is looking very positive, guys. Looking very positive. Okay, let me take a look at the cards. Okay. So what I'm seeing, this is a harvest coming in for my lights. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, guys, is actually the end of hard times and thus being a harvest. So let me dig into this. Give me a second. This is about past struggles, and there's much more meaning to your past struggles, even though some of them may feel like such hardships, like you may look back on them and feel like you barely made it, Aquarius. I can tell you that there's much deeper meaning. When we go through these things, we are unaware, we are unconscious of what we're really doing. All right, so let me dig into this. Your past struggles were not just bad luck, they were the tilling, if you will, of the earth. Okay, so picture yourself planting a garden. Okay, so your hard times were the equivalent to you being forced to like dig deep. And while it felt exhausting, you were actually preparing the ground for something massive. You might not see the magnificence yet, but the seeds have already cracked open, Aquarius. So while the surface still looks like dirt to you, the roots have taken hold. And the wealth and abundance you've been working toward is being, what's the word? Created, being manifested. That's the perfect word, okay? So this is being manifested right in this moment. The things you've been working toward, you're going to see them. This isn't just a small paycheck we're talking about here or a minor win. It's a karmic payout because the seeds were planted in such tough soil, let's say, such tough soil that the resulting crop is incredibly hardy, valuable, and sustainable. All right, so take heart, guys. Everything you've gone through, there's going to come a time in the very near future when you're going to be able to say it was worth it, even though you think not. You will be saying that. That's how magnificent the outcome of all of your hard work, trials, and tribulations have been for you. All right, they're showing it here. They're showing you feeling left out in the cold, going through these tower moments that were unbearable, okay, and just going through all this conflict. All right, so you could see, people walking with no shoes in cold weather. This person looks like they broke their leg. They're outside in the cold. All right, and here is the tower moment. Does this ring a bell for many of you? Probably all of you have at one time gone through this. And just a very conflicting time, right? When you think back on it, it can just bring up all those upsetting emotions once again. All right, but this is turning into something else here. It's turning into a new beginning and a payoff, okay? So they just, confirmed everything that was just told to you in different words. They're showing you in pictures, they're showing you in words, okay? You guys are all working hard and you deserve this harvest. And I keep hearing the word karma coming to me, okay? So Spirit wants you to know that you are so loved, and this is your karmic gift from Spirit. They're going to pay you back probably 100-fold, all right, for the things that you've had to go through to get your learnings and teachings. Now comes the good part. So here I'm seeing, here they're showing the card of opportunity again. This is huge. This is like, if you were to look at it in a global kind of way, like touching other people, touching other people around the world. This reminds me of 5D. It reminds me of how we are all connected. We are all one consciousness, guys. So that is what telepathy is. You know, it's our consciousness. We're just like, we have electricity in our bodies. We have energy. We're made of energy. So we are connected. Just picture, you know, grounding wires, all different kinds of connections, right? That's how human life works. We are consciously connected. So that's how you're able to currently read people's thoughts, finish people's sentences. Think of a person and they call you or text you seconds later, and I'm sure you're seeing a lot of these things or feeling things. And if you are, I'm interested, please comment below the video. Please like the video. If you're enjoying these videos on the daily, guys, it will help me out tremendously. All right, but I am seeing this opportunity coming in. When it comes in, you are going to be holding on to it for dear life. It's going to be a great one, and you're going to see a lot of growth from this opportunity. And we've been seeing this on the daily. This has been showing up every day, guys, so pay attention. That's what that means when we keep seeing repetitive readings. It means pay attention. All right, they're reminding you. All right, I am seeing something here regarding a relationship. I see somebody might be feeling some defensiveness, some way defensive today, or somehow I should say defensive. There's some kind of chaos or confusion. And it looks like there's something you're going through right now. So when this happens, guys, we have to be careful not to take things out on our loved ones. It's difficult not to do that, but I do feel like this is for someone out there who's just really going through something. You might be going through a life-changing event that is making you feel upset today. And it might be, you know, something with the family, something very chaotic, somebody's chaotic energy all around you, on top of you, you know, just surrounding you, swirling around you, making you nuts. Okay, and I am seeing that there is something here about having to go through a transition. All right, if this is you, comment below the video. All right, let's continue. I'm seeing somebody who's there for you, who's going to be very supportive for you, because there is up and coming some kind of setback, unfortunately. Okay, you're going to be very focused on this. It's not saying what kind of setback. Spirit isn't saying if it's, you know, whether it's financial or some type of heartache or loss. It does kind of feel like a loss of some sort. Okay, so I am seeing that you will have someone, you already have this person in your life who's very supportive, who's always there for you, who's going to be there for you come hell or high water, and to lean in. It's time to lean in, guys. When we are going through things that are hard, think of that one special, very understanding person in your life and lean in on them. They will be happy to give you that support in hopes that you will do the same for them. Okay? All right, let's continue. All right, so talking about Aquas here in particular, of course, and your strength. You are very strong. And they're asking you to be very strong right now in this moment, okay? There is going to be some things you're going to be hearing that might be quite upsetting, okay? These things that you're going to be hearing about, they're not, how do I say this? They're not immediately connected to you, but there's just that you're sensitives, right? You're empaths, and you're very sensitive, and you're going to be hearing about some tragedies, you know, maybe globally, things that are negative, as if you haven't heard enough already, right? But this is the end. in the end, it's going to be more dramatic than ever, okay? That we're going to have a very dramatic ending before we go into 5D, guys. I'm just readying you up. I'm not trying to spread fear. If you're a person who carries a lot of fear, it's time to release that. And you can release that by telling yourself, there is nothing to fear. I am safe. I have myself, and I am very protective over myself. Okay, just self-talk is great to help bring you down from those times. But I'm not going to talk about this for too much longer. I'm going to end it now by saying, just ready yourself. This had to happen. We have to get rid of the old world, let's say, to bring in the new world. Okay, so lots of drama, lots of incoming drama. It's time to just not get triggered. Try your best not to get triggered. Some of these things you may never thought existed or heard about, or thought were something that could actually happen. All right, so and don't forget, guys, you chose to be here at this time to go into this new 5D world and experience what you're about to experience. So again, this is connected to the beginning of this reading as far as our karma and all the hard times we've been through. All they're doing is exposing what was really happening. A lot of things you weren't aware of that were happening, okay, that affected you. So they're just really showing you what was done so that we can protect ourselves in the future and never let it happen again. All right, let's continue. Okay, all right, so here I'm seeing there's a little bit of stuckness today for my aquas. All right, I do see a lot of you are making way for some type of, well, you're not making way. You're actually using your intuition regarding your finances. So a lot of you are very conscious right now of your finances. And of course, I know why, but it's not the usual reason. It's not because you don't have them. This is something good. This is using your intuition because you're going to be celebrating over a new financial beginning here. Good news around finances. All right. Some stuckness around your finances as well, but you're going to, by using your intuition, you're going to realize that there's a big change coming in. And how you're going to realize it is do some research, stay abreast of the news, what's going on. And I don't mean, watching that boob. That's all lies on there, guys. I'm sorry to tell you. All right. That is going away too. There's going to be well, there already is. There are different people that are doing the news now. And this might sound crazy to a lot of us who are older, but yeah, you have to go on YouTube and there are podcasters who are telling the truth for once. Certain ones that, have millions of views, they are, doing they're doing their good. They're planting their seeds by doing good things. All right, I'm seeing something here about a lot of things that are unknown to you that are going to again come in and provide this 5D, this new beginning they're talking about. I'm seeing a masculine here. I'm seeing a victory here. And I'm also seeing this victory is going to come from you standing up and sticking up for yourself. And through that, I am seeing that a new door is going to open up to you or for you. All right. This is going to be something you didn't expect. You never knew existed before. This is going to be something completely new to you that is going to bring in this victory. All right. And then I'm seeing, let me look at these cards here because this is a little complex. All right, this is for somebody who's taking a break. You're in school, you're learning something, you're in college, or you're in some kind of some type of you're going through some type of education right now. All right, this is something you want, obviously, but there's also some sadness going on. Like you're looking to take a break from school for some reason. This could be some of you suffering from a little depression and having a hard time, when you're trying to go through thought processes. And I know in school the work is difficult because they give you a lot of homework. So this could feel like a lot of pressure right now for a lot of people who are going through just the energy on it in itself, right? The energy is affecting us in a very, it's hard to deal with it. It's hard to deal with the energies, okay? They're affecting us physically, mentally, and making us feel all over the place emotionally. But look at this card here. This is the Five of Cups. They want you to get yourself in a state of gratefulness. This is going to connect you to spirit, okay? Being grateful is going to raise your vibration and therefore help you connect to spirit. All right, so take that break. If you need that break, take that break. And if this is you, comment below. I'm seeing money here. I'm seeing somebody is desperately trying to balance out their bank account, okay? And you're trying to do this very quickly. You're just done being an emotional wreck regarding your finances. This might be for some of you who have taken on some extra hours at work, or a side hustle, or a secondary job or position, and you're just working your butt off because you just made up your mind that you don't want to deal with this heaviness anymore, and you want to dig yourself out and get yourself ahead of the game. So once you're ahead of the game and you see your bank account build up a little bit, you're going to feel so much better financially. I'm also seeing an ending here, or something that must end in order to catapult you into some type of wealth here, some type of abundance, okay? So this could be somebody who's giving you a hard time, who's distracting you from what you need to do to get the clarity in order to make your money, okay? And also, it is getting in the way of your happiness, whatever this thing is that needs to end. For a lot of you, though, what I just got is you already ended it. You already ended it, so this is bringing in a justice. It's also going to open the door for something else. I feel like this could be, for a lot of you who are single, this could be a person, a special person coming into your life that you are now going to be open to receive, because you will feel a lot calmer and balanced in your life. All right, instead of feeling broke all the time. All right, this is happiness for a feminine. I see you, well, you moved into something that was not on the level. You didn't know at the time what was going to happen, but I see that this could have been a person you befriended or connected with that was very manipulative and judgmental. Judged you, didn't make you feel good, didn't know how to lift you up, doesn't know how to lift people up in general. All right, guys, if you're surrounding yourself with people like this, do yourself a favor and separate yourself from them, because they will on a daily basis keep sucking you back into those dense vibes, those third dimensional emotions that you, I believe everyone is trying to get away from, right? I mean, who wants to stay in lack and stay in depression and stay in shame or stay in anger? All of these dense, depressive states and emotions. That is not going to be a fifth dimensional thing. That is going to stay in the third dimension, and it's going to stay with people who are choosing to play it safe and find it, they want to stay exactly where they are, keep doing what they're doing, keep following like sheep. And I don't mean any insults out there, guys. Don't take this as an insult, but if you have to be hearing about all the things that have been, well, I'm not going to go there, okay? Don't stay completely blind and tell yourself you're too busy to do some research and find out what is going on, okay? Because I have family, I have friends that like they think they're safe. They feel safer hiding under the covers and not knowing. They come right out and say, "I'd rather not know because I'm in a safe place and the world is scary. It's a scary place." Or however they put it. It's really not, it's not as, what's scary is if you don't know what's going on, you don't know how to protect yourself, right? So think about some of the things you've been through and you've done over the past few years that you wouldn't have done had you been more more in the know, right? All right, so I'm seeing something here, something very evil looking, very I'm seeing two people, and I'm seeing something extremely toxic in the middle. This has something to do with love. I don't know if it's romantic or I'm picking up on a feminine and a Mexican, a masculine here. In the middle of the two of you, I'm seeing something very toxic. Okay, and then I'm seeing like a third party over here, another masculine. All right, so maybe what's happening is I have this beautiful feminine who knows not what she does. Okay, so you have the opportunity, the wherewithal, and you have so much more power and integrity within you that you are not utilizing. Okay, you are used to operating a certain way, or the people around you might be kind of having a bad influence on you right now. All right, and I am seeing that you are this beautiful empath, you don't know it. All right, and you're still operating in a way that you know not with integrity, let's just say that. And I don't mean any harm. Okay, I'm telling you this to help you. Hopefully this helps you. Hopefully this helps this masculine who's caught in the middle and who is in love with you. This is romantic. Okay, so just know that this will hurt this person. He will find out. They always do. And you are going to feel terrible. um, Maybe things aren't good between you anymore. And if that's the case, you should do it right. Leave this person while you're still not with this person. Okay? So you don't have to worry about causing more damage to this person. Okay? Because what we fail to do is look at the pain. Nobody likes pain. How many painful things can you look back on in your life and say, wow, that was really douche of that person to do that to me? Why would you want to do it to somebody else? Why would you want to be the person to bring that pain to someone? All right, we're in changing times, and you're an empath. You have to start tuning into your gifts and tuning into who you really are, because you are not who you're being. Okay, if that's making any sense. This is not who you are, but yet you are kind of acting a certain way right now. And I do believe it is an influence of others on you. All right, is that making sense? If it is, you probably don't want to comment below, but who knows? You may want to. You can write "changing my mind." It's kind of like words are powerful, so putting those words in the comments will let yourself and spirit know that you are going to turn it around and do it differently. Okay? I'm not saying deprive yourself of what you really want, but go about it the right way. All right, so here I'm seeing something here about a burden. Somebody is getting clarity, very clear clarity, that what you volunteered for, kind of committed to, is really becoming a burden. And you didn't realize this at the time, that this was going to become very burdensome for you. It has to do with taking care of this father figure, it looks like. Okay, and it's so burdensome that you feel like you're alone, like you don't have time to yourself, you don't have time to you know, spend with friends, or find your own joyful things to do. And you're getting clarity on this now. This is totally overwhelming you. All right. So give this some more thought and maybe think of a way you can back off of it a little bit. Well, you can get a reading if you want. Just explain to me what you're going through. We could do a reading on it. So I do readings, guys. I offer different services. If you want to check them out, you can click on the description below the video and then click on the more button. You'll see my services there. Have a wonderful rest of your day.